Hey, everybody, it's Jeff Hansen. We're back and who am I kidding? It's been a long time since there's been a new video up on this channel, but today I'm back, and today we're talking BYU football once again. There's been a ton that has happened over the course of the last several months. I haven't posted really since our signing day interviews back in December. So yeah, it's been a long time. There's been a lot of news stories. There's been a lot of commitments. There's been a lot of positive developments. There's been some negative developments too. There's been a lot that has happened around the BYU football program. So let's get into some of it today. It's June 3rd today. It's the busiest and maybe the most important, I don't know, the opportunity for the most successful month of BYU football recruiting in my time covering BYU football. I mean, I think in the modern 24/7 sports rivals star rankings era, I think this is the biggest football recruiting month in BYU football history. This really could end up being an all-time class. It was several months ago, almost a year ago, that I did a video talking about the opportunity that existed for BYU in the class of 2026. There's a ton of players that are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the local players that play here inside the state of Utah. There's a lot of talent inside BYU's natural recruiting footprint, and the opportunity for the BYU coaching staff, for Kalani Sitake and his coaches, to capitalize on that opportunity and fill their roster pipeline full with elite level talent has never been bigger than it is in the class of 2026. So how are they doing? And so far, they're doing pretty darn good. That's not news to you if you're watching this channel. You've heard about it from other places. Brock Harris, one of the best tight ends in the country, he's committed to BYU. Botmuli Talo flips from Oregon to BYU. He's one of the best linemen in the country, could be one of the best defensive linemen. He wants to play offensive line. And so far, all reports out of Lone Peak High School, that progression is going really well. That development at the line, at the offensive line spot is going really, really well for Botmuli Talo. But it's not just those four-star dudes at the top. BYU's done very, very good. They flipped Terrence Sarion from Washington, big wide receiver. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Cody Epps and his ability to create space at the line of scrimmage. He's not a 6'4" guy, but he's a big-time wide receiver, very quick, very good in space. He's a move-the-chains kind of guy. PJ Takitake remains committed to BYU out of Lehigh High School, going to be one of the best pass rushers in the state of Utah this year. Ty Getchie, one of the best tight ends that you don't really talk about. Very raw, new to football, out of Colorado, big-time program there at Cherry Creek, Colorado. Very, very good. Look, and the list continues to go on and on and on. You've got legend Glasker, Keneal Sweetwine, Justice Brathwaite. The foundation, oh my gosh, the foundation of BYU's recruiting class, that was wild. The foundation of BYU's recruiting class is very, very good so far, and the opportunity for it to continue to get better is immense. I released earlier this week on CougarSportsInsider.com I released my top 10. I do a top 10 every month, and it changes as guys come off the board. But the top 10 guys for the month of June, let's just roll through them. It's one of the biggest. It is the biggest recruiting month in BYU football history. Here we go. Number one at the top of the list, 5-star quarterback Ryder Lyons. Google his name. Search his name on YouTube. You're going to find content from Ryder everywhere. When you are a 5-star quarterback in 2025, all eyes are on you, and BYU is right there in the mix. USC and Oregon are also in the mix. Ole Miss, Ohio State, Michigan, they're always kind of looming around, but this looks like it's going to be a 3-team race between those schools out west, Oregon, USC, and BYU. Cougars will host Ryder on an official visit later this month. Huge opportunity. Jax Tanner, offensive lineman out of Idaho. He's number 2 on my list. His final 4 schools, but 2 of them, Oregon and Tennessee, were in the playoff last year. One of them, Michigan, won a national championship 2 years ago, and the 4th is BYU. Cougars feel really confident. TJ Woods has done a great job. Tanner's got ties. He's a member of the church. His dad played at BYU. The Cougars are firmly in the mix. If they can land the big offensive lineman out of Idaho, that's a huge win. Just rolling through names. I'm not going to go through extensive updates on each of these guys, but suffice to say that BYU's in the mix for all of them. Here we go. Number 3, I've got Kawe Akana out of Orem High School. Could he play wide receiver? He could play safety. He could play linebacker. He could probably bulk up and play defensive end if he wanted to. I think he's a pretty darn good tight end prospect. Kauai Akana can do anything he wants. He's going through his officials now. He's got one scheduled with BYU here in a couple of weeks. Lopeti Moala, his teammate at Orem High School, he's a defensive lineman, has been playing at Davis, now transferred down to Orem. BYU likes him on the inside, depending on how he grows. I think he's going to grow. I think it's easy to say he's an interior defensive tackle, but maybe he stays on the edge. He's about 240, 250, maybe 260 right now. I think he's a pretty slender 260 if he's up that high. But I think he's going to end up playing close to 300 pounds at the college level. BYU firmly in the mix there. Couple of twins committed to UCLA, Jaron Pula and Kenan Pula. BYU wants both of them. They have an official visit scheduled with the Pula twins. Alabama is also lurking and trying to flip the Pulas from UCLA. Prince Williams is a guy that we haven't talked about on this channel. He goes to Bishop Gorman High School out there in Las Vegas. He was teammates with, I guess now BYU signee, former BYU flip, former BYU commit, now re-signee, Alai Kalaniuvalu, who flipped from Oregon, flipped to BYU, flipped back to Oregon. Now he's signed with BYU. He played at Gorman. He knows Prince Williams. Prince Williams is maybe my favorite pass rusher in this class. Just a natural pass rusher. He's got the length. He's got everything you want. That's number 6 on my list. Number 7, Nehemiah Colon out of Oklahoma. BYU has hosted him on unofficial visits. He's got a ton of ties to the program. Big-time player considering Michigan State, Oklahoma State, Kansas, and a few other schools inside the Big 12. BYU will host him later this month. LaMarcus Bell, a big-time running back out of the Pacific Northwest, just backed off of his Oregon State commitment. He's got official visits with Washington State, with Boise State, with Utah, and then with BYU. He is teammates with Brock Harris and Terrence Sarion on a 7-on-7 team. There's certainly been some conversations happening there. Big-time running back, BYU would do incredibly well to land Bell. And then rounding out my top 10, a couple of tight ends. I've got Parker Ord. He's an Ord. If you are a BYU fan, you know the last name Ord, Parker Ord, big-time tight end. He started to pick up offers, it seems like, every single day from all levels. I mean, he's picking up G5 and lower-level offers. And then he's got schools like Georgia Tech and Pitt and Utah, some of these big P4 programs that are also coming in and offering him as well. And then finally, Kiawe Brown out of Centennial High School in California, another big-time tight end prospect. He's starting to really blow up, just pulled in a Texas offer the other day, but BYU's got some ties there with his family. They're hoping that they can get him in for an official visit. That's my top 10. I haven't even talked about guys like Taimani Purcell, Adam Bywater, some Isa Galii, some of these guys that are going to be on campus over the next few weeks did not make the top 10. That's how loaded this class is for BYU. All of these guys are important. BYU is going to sign 25, maybe 30 high school kids in this class. If they can get some of these guys to commit early, then it could really be a special class. So how are they doing? BYU's doing really well. For the Cougars to have the commitments that they've got so far, to have Harris locked up and Sarion and Mulitalo and Getchy and some of these guys at the top of the class. Legend Glasgow may well go on to be the best one of the bunch. He is phenomenal at Lehigh High School, one of the best wide receivers I've seen at the high school ranks in the last couple of years. BYU's doing really, really well. And then they've got official visits. That's really kind of the most important checkpoint before a commitment. You've got to host these guys on officials. You've got Ryder, you've got Tanner, you've got everybody that I've just listed with the exception of Brown has an official visit scheduled for this month. BYU is trying to get Brown out this month as well. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. So how is BYU doing? Man, they're doing really well. They're doing really, really well. And I don't think that's just smoke. I don't think I'm just blue-goggled trying to tell everybody good news. I think that's the real deal. BYU's doing really well, and they could be doing exceptionally well depending on how things go over the next few weeks. So we're going to talk about it all here on this channel. Check us out over at Cougar Sports Insider and giveemhellbrigham.com as well. Tons of content there all the time. And then my annual preseason magazine, I do it every year. It's about to be released. Big story with some quarterback uncertainty. Delayed the release maybe a week or two, but in the coming days, I'll hop back on the channel and let everybody know where you can find my preseason magazine that I do every year. It's BYU football season, folks. The sun is out. It's hot. It's time to talk some football. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, sticking with me. It's been a long time. Appreciate you guys hopping back on the channel. And until next time, folks, give them hell.